Day 3 of Gen Con 2022 is going to wrap up with me taking some time out to talk to one of my favorite people in the gaming industry. Dominic McDowall. Yes, that is. Good to see you, Dom. We did not get to talk last year because, you know, this COVID nonsense.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking some time out to chat.
You're very welcome. Yeah, no, it's great to be back and great to see you again.
Yes.
It's been, it feels like it's been ages.
I wasn't joking. You really are one of my favorite people to talk to in the industry. So let's talk about, you got a couple of new announcements that I believe were made, was it yesterday? And then you kind of shared it again today. And I honestly do not know anything about these. So let's tackle the first one.
Okay, excellent. So we announced yesterday that we are going to be releasing Imperium Maledictum, which is a new Warhammer 40,000 role-playing game that sort of uses as a base some of the games that Black Industries started with Dark Heresy. So it's a D100 based system.
Okay.
It's based in the Macarian sector, which is part of the Segmentum Pacificus, which is part of the Imperium that's been less affected by the opening of the Cicatrix Maledictum, that big rift that opened up, blew the 40K galaxy in two. So
which is kind of the focus of Wrath and Glory.
Yeah, absolutely. Wrath and Glory is our action-focused Warhammer 40K game, and that one is the Gilead system inside the rift. So it's a little sort of like I don't want to say Oasis of Calm because it's anything but it's an isolated system that's been cut off in the middle of that.
Which leads to some strange bedfellows as well.
Absolutely, yes. So in that one you get, just because they're cut off, the people who wouldn't normally be natural allies for each other are all working together to try and survive in the middle of that awful situation.
Sure, right. So how excited are you about the new Warhammer 40K role-playing game?
I'm amazingly excited. As you know,
it's all right, I guess.
As you know, I go back a long way with all of the Warhammer lines. So since the age of 10, it's been sort of part and parcel of my life. So now it's fantastic, and it's great to be exploring a different aspect of that universe.
And I'm a little surprised it'll be like a brand new system. It won't be the same system that Wrath and Glory used.
No. So we're building on the D100 systems that have gone before. Including like the stuff that we did with Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition, and then refining that for investigative intrigue, grim, perilous adventures in Warhammer 40,000.
So that was announcement number 1.
Yes.
Number 2.
Number 2 was Broken Weave. We heard about that one?
No. Like I said, I really don't know what the announcements were. TS here at the booth would not tell me on Thursday, so I'm curious. I don't know.
Excellent. He's got an excellent poker face. Yeah, definitely. So Broken Weave is a dark fantasy setting for 5e that we're developing. It's a whole new thing. Basically, if you think of like a fantasy world where the gods are dead, magic has kind of exploded.
I had nothing to do with that.
And it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic kind of setting, which starts from a quite a bleak place, but it's about the shoots of hope coming out as you're trying to.
So that was going to be a question as you're talking about. It's kind of a darker setting but it's not. Is it a setting where it's like, well, no matter what the player characters do, everyone's doomed? Or is there hope for that world?
Absolute hope, yeah.
There we go. I like that. I'm not a super grim, dark kind of guy.
It's got a kind of a Dark Soulsy kind of vibe.
Okay.
There's some really interesting stuff, and it's one that we've done with. It's been a real collaborative effort across the creative team. So we've had our development team and writers writing on it, but also. From that initial brief, the artists have been coming up with all sorts of amazing stuff that then they've been passing back over to the writing team to develop up. So it's been really cool. Cool to see that one developing. That's really cool. and there'll be more of that in the fullness of time. We also recently announced Vault 5e. So as you know, we do a lot of cool design work, especially but also in 5e as well as other things.
Sure.
So it's we wanted to really bring that out in a way that people can just drop it into their existing campaigns. So we started with journeys, and Uncharted Journeys will be coming to Kickstart in the next few weeks, I think.
Okay. You'll hear all about it on the Gaming Gang. You know it.
Thank you. That one. I mean, Journey. It's characters have roles on Journeys, and there's loads of. I mean, really, just loads of stuff to make Journeys an interesting part of your 5e game. Loads of good narrative, interesting stuff that makes it more than just a journey from A to B.
Or it's 2 weeks later you arrive in Baldur's Gate. Okay, that was exciting. Thank you.
So yes, we'll be doing that. Now, did you see the Doctors and Daleks announcement?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's
that news I got out there.
Excellent.
That's out there.
So that's 5e Doctor Who.
Yes.
And I'm really excited by it. Again, just some of the extra bits and pieces you've been able to do for that. I think when we're doing a 5e thing, it needs to be a recognisably 5e game. So we're looking at introducing one or two new things that really brings out the flavour of the setting that we're trying to bring.
Right.
So I love with the Doctor Who, with Doctors and Daleks. We've got the non-violent conflict resolution.
Right.
I think that's going to be so useful for loads of people.
And that is a huge selling point just for that system alone, even with the Doctor Who role-playing game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really great for families, and especially, of course, fans of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Because it's not, we got to kill everybody to win. Well, that's not Doctor Who. That's not how it works.
It's about foiling a plot. As much as anything, isn't it? It's brains over brawn.
Right.
So it's great to have some of that stuff for 5e, and I hope people get a lot of fun out of that one, and not just in the Doctor Who universe as well. So.
And I should also mention, just talking about the Doctor Who role-playing game.
Yep.
Recently, the hard copy of the second edition.
That
came out too. So
be in stores in a few weeks, I think. Yeah,
it's here. Unfortunately, you're not here. You won't be able to pick it up.
That's as you know, that's almost as old as Cubicle 7, the Doctor Who game.
Right.
So it's got its second edition, and there's a little bit of streamlining that's gone on, a little bit about bringing it up to date. But it's such a good, simple system, I think. Just 2d6 plus skill plus attribute to beat a target number. Just gets out the way, facilitates the kind of pace of play that we want for Doctor Who.
Sure.
So loads of supplements planned for that as well. So that's what, whenever we do something like the Doctors and Daleks, people worry about, what does that mean for the other game? No need to worry. Loads of supplements in the works, and that'll be fully supported.
I was going to say, if the viewers out there recall the wonderful work you did with the Tolkien license.
Yeah, absolutely.
You had the One Ring, and you also had for 5e, you had Adventures in Middle-earth, and neither one suffered because of the other.
No, absolutely not. No, they were the different kind of implementations. And
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nothing needs to cause problems.
So let's talk a little bit about Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, because our cameraman Elliot Miller actually got to enjoy a little bit, just the first taste.
Oh, great.
Of Enemy and Shadows.
Excellent.
And you have, the final book isn't out physically yet. The PDF is out.
End of August. Yeah.
Yes.
For US Street Date.
Right.
Yeah. So it just missed Gen Con. So it's been fantastic.
It's a blast.
We've had so much fun doing The Enemy Within, and even just play testing through it was amazing. It was
And Graham Davis just did such a wonderful job.
Absolutely.
And of course, each volume has a companion that really expands what's going on in that chapter, but also includes things that can be used in any Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay campaign. So
they're really useful, aren't they?
I have enjoyed the hell out of that.
Excellent.
Maybe if the cameraman and the rest of the gang could get together a little more often, I could run it more. So we also have shifting gears again, going back the Games Workshop kind of stuff. You have Age of Sigmar.
Yes, absolutely.
Champions of Death is the latest, isn't it?
That's right. Yep. So you can play all of those vampires and night haunts and all the undead stuff. Yeah. I mean, Age of Sigmar's been so fantastically well received. It's our stuff's always good, and people love what we do, and we get great reviews. But even for us, Age of Sigmar blew us away, the feedback that we got. I've seen more people saying this is my new favorite game than I have for anything else. It's been really, really good.
Well, I have to say, one of my reviewers, Sammy Uhas, who does a lot of my PDF reviews in that. I can't review everything coming out from C7. I just can't do it, Dom.
It's true.
So I asked her if she would tackle the Age of Sigmar releases.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I don't really know much about the game, and I don't know if it's going to be my thing. Well, she loved it. She's like, hey, you got more coming, right? And I'm like, yeah, there's more coming.
Yeah, it's just great fun. It's a really, really
it's very
fantastic
epic.
Power level. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. It's really satisfying. Your characters are just great out of the gate. And there's still awesome stuff that's going to give you a challenge. But you feel like
you're going
a
to
hero.
Advance.
Yeah,
it's just you're not. Well, I was on the farm, and now I'm heading off as part of this caravan, all first level adventures.
Yep.
So yes, you are very epic heroes in that game.
Yep. That's been great.
What else should we talk about?
Have Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay apart from the Enemy Within. So obviously we've got the last bit of the Enemy Within. We've got loads of stuff coming as well, like Winds of Magic, the big Magic source book.
So the PDF is out.
It is indeed, and that is printing at the moment, I think. So that shouldn't be too far off. There's the Imperial Zoo, a fantastic. I don't want to call it a bestiary. It's more like it's a travelogue with the bestiary thrown in, isn't it? So it's a fantastic story.
I would say that.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So watch out
Once
for that
again,
one.
the PDF is out.
Yep.
Just so you know.
And Up in Arms, more player options for military careers, and some extra combat rules as well. There's a streamlined advantage system in there as well, and what else? A few other bits and pieces in that have slipped my mind. But that's. So Knights, that's it. Yes.
One thing that TS did actually share with me, not like a lot of detail, but he let me know, because I love what you did with Enemy Within. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
And it was already classic.
Yeah.
It's like everybody needs to play it once in their life.
But parts 4 and 5 were new, so
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that ending that some people may not have liked in the original, it's gone. It's all gone. But TS did tell me that you have another epic adventure. It's not going to be 5 books, but you've got another epic adventure coming on the horizon for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay.
Yep, we're doing another original campaign, which will be great fun. And at the moment, we're looking at the geographical expansion that we can do and taking things out of the old world a bit. So we've got Sea of Claws, which should be, I think pre-order for that should be launching this month. And that's ships and rules for like making and playing and sea battles and a bit of the geography around the Sea of Claws, and then we can go further afield. So we're going to Lustria next. Lustria source book will be later in the year, and from then new places.
Anything else on the board that you'd like to share with the audience, Don?
I think we've covered pretty much everything.
I think,
awesome stuff.
There's always one thing. It's like, why didn't we talk?
Yeah, probably, but all cool.
Any final thoughts for the audience?
Eat broccoli. It's full of goodness.
Be kind to each other, please, please. Tom, thank you so much for spending time with me.
You're very welcome. Always,
so good to see you once again.
Fun.
Missed you last year.
Yeah.
And I hope you have a fantastic show. I know
Thanks very much.
It's been very busy here.
Yes, it has. Yes, it's been really good. Thanks again.
Sure. Oh, hey, you're still here. Well, if that's the case, by all means, subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel by clicking right here. Check out the latest episode of the Gaming Gang Dispatch or find out what YouTube recommends you check out from the channel. And of course, once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thanks for watching.